Yeah. If anybody want to talk about anything, feel free to hit the link. I'm just rocking out right now. Salute to the chat. Salute to the chat. What y'all know about this song? What y'all know about this song? Hello, hello. Salute to the chat. The link is dropped for anybody that want to come up. Open topic. Anything you want to talk about, just vibing out. You said my audio is going in and out. First one that said that. Let me check something real quick. Let me know if it's going in and out. Hold on. That's how you gotta do these test runs. I'm telling you. That's how you gotta do these test runs. Let me know if it's going in and out again. Hold on. Is it still going in and out? I keep talking. Yeah, yeah. Let me know if yeah. I really ain't have no topic tonight, man. I just wanted to come through, you know what I'm saying, check on my people, make sure that you guys are doing good. You know what I'm saying? Tomorrow's Monday, so a lot of people are probably either watching, football or just getting ready for, you know what I'm saying, the work week or whatever the case may be. But hopefully everybody's doing good. I want to make myself more available. So that's why I'm kind of doing streams like this, where I can just drop the link if you guys want to come talk, come talk. Um, and if not, that's cool. Just listen to the music, just vibe out. Nothing major. Nothing major, nothing major. Hopefully you guys had a great day. It was kind of rainy and cold here in Houston. Uh, but overall, pretty good day. Pretty good. Again, salute to the chat. Salute to the chat. You know what? I did have I had very interesting conversations today. One of the conversations was about being happy and how do if you're happy or not. If the music's too loud. Yeah, how do you know if you're happy? Like, what are the signs or the checklist that you use to kind of see if where you are in reference to your happiness or whatever? And I think for me, it's really about uh, do I find peace with whatever it is that I'm doing. Whether it's what I'm saying, taking a drive, going to work out, sitting at home, whatever. Is it peaceful or is it chaotic? And I think that for a lot of people, they don't have a happy place. They don't have a sense where they can sit down, think and clear their mind. So if that's you, I would suggest you find a park, place in your home where you can just move it, a place where you can think like your Zen room. You know what I'm saying? You just think about your life. Not necessarily just thinking about your children or thinking about other family members or what. Just thinking about you and if you're happy and where you are right now in your life. And I think that a lot of times, uh, we can assess things better when we take time to look at our lives. You know, are your relationships that you're in, are they valuable? Do they value your time? Do they value checking up on you? Do they value, um, you know, coming around? Making sure that you're good. Are you that type of person that values other people's time? You check on other people, whatever. So I think that you need to also give in order to get. You know, yeah, I thought that was a good question. Salute again, salute to the chat. I thought that was a good question. Are you happy? And I was listening to a friend of mine say, why, what things they do to measure if they're happy or not. I thought it was interesting. Um, their answer was people's response to them. Their answer was, like their neighbors, when the neighbors see them getting speak, their family members, like they people who reach out to them and check on them if they haven't heard from them in a couple of days or whatever. Something wrong with my audio. Hmm. Yeah, let me see. Maybe it's too many things going on. Audio muffled and choppy again. Let me see something. I was trying to stream off or something. Let me see something. Salute, salute, salute. How does it sound now? The link is in the chat if anybody wants to come up. It's just open panel. Anybody want to come up? Salute, salute, salute. Hopefully it's not choppy. What I was trying to do is use a stream through another speaker. So I was trying to make it where you guys can hear the music a little bit. But I think with the noise cancellation, this mic, the way it is that it cancels. It says, okay, you sound clear now. Okay, cool. Yeah, I just think the noise canceller is kind of messing with the system a little bit. Again, I'll drop this link again if anybody wants to come up. Again, open topic. Anything you want to talk about. If you just want to ask me some questions, then feel free. You know what I'm saying? I'll be here for uh, maybe another 30 minutes. You know. I was talking to a friend of mine and it was like, thank you. I appreciate that lovely giving. Thank you. Um, and they were just saying that I needed to make myself greetings, 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 make myself more available because we realize you know how in life you say I really don't have anybody, I really don't have nobody to talk to, whatever case may be. So I try to make myself available. Salute, welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me see if I can drop this thing now so people can see you. 1 second. How you doing?
Hello. Good. I'm at
Hello,
my
we can
mom.
see
Yeah.
you. We can see you. You
All
at your
right.
mom's. Okay. That's what's up.
Yes, she got the morning, so yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I see.
Okay. How's your day going?
It's going well. Real well. How's yours?
Okay. Pretty good. Pretty good. Got a chance to catch up on some movies and do some things around the house. So just, pretty laid back. Nothing too big.
Right.
I noticed your first time coming on here. So tell people a little bit about, I know you're a content creator. I met you on Lonnie One Love's panel. You definitely seem pretty energetic and just well rounded and balanced. So tell people about yourself, a little bit about your channel, and hopefully we can get some more subscribers for you tonight. Go ahead.
All right. Well, the name of my channel is Cherish Your Well-Being. I'm a LP and a nurse and everything that fell in love with fitness and health and everything. So, my page is focused on just cherishing your well-being, and my foundation is Jesus Christ. So, he just keep me grounded and everything. So when you come to my page, just expect to be filled with, wisdom. I want to give value, like you was talking about today. I was going through like two of your videos. I loved it, and I have one video. I still got like maybe 10 minutes left of it or whatever. But just pretty much, yeah, I'm just into like your well-being, health, fitness, your mental, your physical health, your spiritual health as well. Like that matters. And I just believe that if you seek first, the kingdom of God, then everything else falls into place. Like, because I've been there where so I took like focused on one area or certain areas, but what really helped me become balanced, like you just mentioned, was me like putting God first. And then everything else is like really falling into place, like my well-being. And I just want to show others from my experiences and testimony, like how to just cherish your well-being through my transparency and everything. Yeah.
That's dope. That's dope. That's dope. That's dope. To be a nurse, with a medical background, and then saying, I think not only the medicine part and the physical part, but now the mental part goes into play by coming online and saying, I want to bring value. So if you've seen a video of mine and you've said, hey, it's pretty decent, I appreciate that. That means a lot coming from you. I appreciate that. Yeah, yeah. So what are your hobbies like besides helping other people? What are your hobbies? What are some things you like to do?
I love the gym. I love music, singing and dancing around. Um, I love like researching and learning. Right now, I'm working on this 1,000 piece puzzle. Like right now, I just love things that helps me become better. Like, and I'm just really on a search of that. Like, but from everything I've been through, just making myself better so I could be a better vessel for everybody else. So those type of things. Like I love reading the Bible when I feel like sitting there reading it. Um, I love like worship music. I just really right now, honestly, I just love like just focusing on my purpose and my relationship with Christ because I know it's going to benefit everybody else. Like I've been through a lot in this last year, and God like been showing me that He's real. Like I've been asking Him to, like I need to know that you're real, like, and He just been showing out. And my way, and I feel like giving back, but it's in me. It always been in me. It's like just me becoming a better version of myself because I see that it's going to benefit other people, and I really have a heart for people. Like real talk, like I really care about the earth and everybody else. Like the good. I want to say the good people. Like
That's what's
I,
up.
yeah.
That's what's up. Jenny has I mean these I'm telling you, man, I'm telling you, these people I have in this chat is so awesome. She's dropped your link in the chat. So if you guys could feel free to go check out Miss Cherish's page, and sign up. Subscribe is free. Hit that bell for notification. Check out her videos. I got a chance, like I said, to talk to her. She just, I don't know, she's full of life. She seems like somebody, I would go and have a cup of coffee and conversation with her. So she's pretty cool. She's pretty, no doubt, no doubt, no doubt. Let me ask you a question. What do you think one of the biggest challenge it is when it comes to people asking for help, like just support in general? What do you think the biggest challenges are?
Being vulnerable, the pride getting away. Like
Mm,
that's what I feel like. Just like being vulnerable, being able to like yeah, being vulnerable. I think, and we especially as Black people, like we suffer from pride and stuff like that. Like we feel like if we being vulnerable or expressing our emotions, we were like a lot of us raised like if you do that, like you're weak or whatever. And what I've learned is that when you face those demons and face those emotions, that's how you're able to grow and thrive in life. Like and keeping that stuff repressed, it catch up with you eventually. Like and little do you know, it affects other areas of your life. It may not affect you making money at the time, but eventually it will affect other areas of your life. So I think that's the biggest thing, being vulnerable, and because of pride.
Mm. I think was very interesting in reference to asking for help, being vulnerable. Definitely, I totally agree. I think that we have been conditioned, just as people in general, that asking for support, not only a level of a vulnerability, but it makes us we're lesser than for some reason. We're lesser men, lesser women. We're afraid that if people know what's happening with us, the kind of the inside of the house type situation, we're afraid that we can't we can't regain the facade that we've been putting on. That we're always perfect. We're the strong person all the time. It's like people who are strong uh, like to be seen as strong. People that are a certain caliber of person, they like to be seen at a certain caliber. So let's say I consider myself to be a strong person, but for some reason, hey, this is a season that I'm for some reason I'm struggling. I'm struggling, and it's like, well, hey, let me hit up Cherish and see if she can give me some words of encouragement or some advice, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But if I do that, not only do I show a level of vulnerability, but will now once I get through that season, will she still look at me as a strong person, or now will she look at me differently? So you said vulnerability. I say the perception. That's why a lot of people don't ask, because they don't know what that perception is going to be after they ask. Will they still be the man or woman? Will they still be uh, the epitome of strength that you thought they were after they asked for help?
That's facts. That's facts. I love that. I agree. I completely agree. I couldn't have said it better. Like, and that's what it's about. Like, even in my season, if I wasn't so concerned about people like perspective of me when I needed help, I wouldn't have had to hit like a certain rock bottom. Like, because when I should have been reached out to help, I was so concerned about like how people would perceive me. And you know, you're right. Like, you're right.
I think we get into this thing where a lot of people say, like I hear a lot on social media, it's like, I don't care what nobody thinks. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think realistically we do care. There is a level of concern there. You want people to inadvertently like you. However, it's the extent that you want them to like you. When you like them to the extent that, or you want them to like you to the extent that it stops you or hinders you from betterment, that's a problem. But inadvertently, generally, we want people to like us. We want to be likable people. We want people to want to be around us. People to want to friend us. People to want um, just to value our conversation and our thoughts. So I think a lot of times people sell themselves short when they say, "Well, I don't care what nobody thinks," and well, I don't per se thinks that's true. But what do you think?
I agree with that. Like,
Now you can't be agreeing with everything. Now we got something that we do that we put people in purgatory around here. So I might have to put you in purgatory so you know what it feel like, so you know what it look like. Here we go. You ready? This is purgatory. Okay.
yes, I am.
Here we go. Here we go. This purgatory. This is what it looked like. Okay. When you get dropped from the screen, that's what we call the purgatory. That's all it is. You're back. You're back.
Oh, okay.
You're back. You're back.
Yeah. Go ahead. State that again. I'm sorry.
No, just overall, like I said, do you feel like people when they say I don't care if people like me or not, it doesn't bother me or concern me or worry me. Do you think that that's a good or bad thing? Like, what's your outlook of it?
It's a defensive mechanism. Like,
Mm,
period.
okay.
Like, we all want to be loved and accepted. It's just that we become like used to people not like receiving us, and like respect, not receiving us. So then it's just like we just get this wall that we just feel like, I don't care what nobody think or whatever. Especially when you're disappointed in the people that you did want to care about you, because a lot of times it can stem from like, childhood or certain people you interact with, and as a result of you not receiving it and living in this harsh world, that don't care nothing about your feelings outside of your family, like it just makes you just feel like, I can't care what nobody else think, because if I do care, it's going to hinder me, because like I can relate as far as like a person, like the heart and the person I am, like because I have a certain, like the people, when I say I love you and I rock with you, I do. Like, so your view, it does matter to me. Not with everybody, but the people that I respect, that's where what you think
Mm, that's
matters to me.
that's a good
So
point. I think if I don't respect you, then of course your opinion
right.
is less value. However, sometimes the people that don't respect you can give you a level of criticism to really weigh. Um, it really gives you parameters. Like let's just say, okay, well, hey, I don't like.
I'm I'm calling me. I'm so sorry in the other room. Is it okay?
Go ahead, do your thing, do your thing.
Oh,
All right.
hold up. What should I do? What should I do? Pause the camera.
I just drop you down. You can come back if you want.
Okay, I am. Okay.
Okay.
You heard her calling me, right?
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead, do your thing. So yeah, I think it's definitely, what I'm saying, people that don't like you can help you set the parameters for uh, what it is that you do. And this is what I mean. I know a lot of you guys are probably like, what is he talking about? Salute to Gary, man. Salute to Gary. Um, I think that sometimes people can be brutally honest with you, and it does force you to look at some things and say, well, am I really doing um, things correctly? Am I really doing things to the best of my ability? Right. So it's like, let's say you're in a gym and there was a guy who didn't wipe the weights off after he finished or whatever case be. So now y'all in a riff, right? I don't like you, you don't like me, et cetera, et cetera. But he sees me lifting incorrectly or whatever. And even though we don't like each other, what I'm saying, he can say something to me about my lifting techniques. But see, I'm in this. If I'm in this state of mind that, okay, since I don't like you, whatever you have to say, I don't listen to it. Now I'm, inadvertently hurting myself, lifting incorrectly. You understand what I'm saying? So sometimes it's not all about ignoring a person that don't like you. Sometimes it is about listening and seeing what you can take from it or whatever. But don't listen to it to hinder yourself. But if you feel like if it's something productive that you can take, then definitely take it. It's just about being open-minded and how you see things. Really, that's what's important. But again, the link is in the chat. Anybody that feel like they want to come up, feel free to come up. If you want to come up, the link is in the chat. Gary, if you want to, man, you feel free. If you're still in here, you can come up and talk about. I didn't get a chance to watch your video today. I think you were talking about sacrifice. So if you want to come back, come up and rehash that, you can come up and rehash that or whatever case it be. But again, salute to all the moderators and all of the people that's been rocking out with the Tough Love channel, Tough Love family. I think that we are definitely growing slowly but surely, and I think that a lot of the things that we do does add value. Tonight is basically just me just trying to make myself more available because I realize that people need, just somebody to talk to, somebody to bounce things off of every now and then. So as you come in, feel free to either stay in the comments or hit the link and have a conversation. Whatever it is that's on your mind, whatever it is you want to talk about, feel free to pull up. Anybody that's watching that has questions for me, feel free. Um, Veterans Day was a phenomenal day over here in Houston for me. Got a chance to get with a few battle buddies and just kind of talk and politic about life a little bit. So that's always a fun thing. You know what I'm saying? Always a fun thing. But like I said, the Tough Love channel is definitely growing, and I'm very happy at at the expansion. And when I mean the expansion, I mean the people, the conversation. You guys have definitely made me just look at things differently. I like to say that I practice what I preach. But I think that you guys really, especially in the chat, you guys have really showcased a level of a level. I see you, Gary. I see you, brother. A level of
a
appreciation.
level of appreciation.
So I appreciate you
So I appreciate you
guys.
guys.
Um, Feel free to hit the link.
Feel free to hit the link.
Jared, it's open, bro.
No, bro. Yeah, what's going on? Good evening, everybody.
What's up? What's up, man? How you doing?
What's up, man? How you doing? I'm all right, and yourself?
I'm
But
good.
you know, I was the video from yesterday. It was like a piggyback off of yours, but just letting other people know that you don't have to you know have that type of battle, like being on a battlefield, as far as making those tough decisions and becoming a leader of sorts. Because at the end of the day, most of us that have children are going to become leaders anyway, right?
Right.
So then we got to do the sacrifices of how do we stop doing what we do for our children? How do we give up our wants for their needs? So that was like, and then just allowing people to understand that sacrifice is not just about making the toughest of decisions. It's just about most of your decisions is going to be a sacrifice, because if you love somebody, it's not going to be about you. It's going to be for that individual. So most of us that have kids, we're going to stop doing what we want to do and give it for those children. We're going to stop being at the club. We're going to stop being
Yeah.
at the gym all day. We're going to stop doing all that just because we love our children. We give up our wants. That's the sacrifice. And if you're doing it for a selfish reason, I don't think that's a sacrifice. I just think that's a donation, if that makes any sense to anybody. Because when you donate, some people donate just for tax write-offs. Some people donate, to
Yeah.
just save something. But when
Right.
you sacrifice, you're doing it for the love of another individual. More than likely, you know, most of the time it's going to be a family member. Some of the times it's going to be that good friend. Sometimes it's just for that person that just needs it, that homeless person, or that person that just needs somebody to talk to, or things like that. So the sacrifices is in each and every one of us to understand how to do it, when to do it. It's a timely fashion. So we have to, really understand that it's
I'm sorry. As far as donating, that's what we're talking about.
Nah, he's just
not
talking.
just about, armed forces. We salute those. No, I was talking. No, I was.
He dropped off. He dropped. I think he was talking about a overall sacrifice. Um, I think he was talking about overall sacrifice. But let me caveat, and if you want to come in and share after I say something, you definitely feel free to join. I think sacrifices is great, but I think sometimes we as parents we sacrifice incorrectly, and this is what I mean. I don't think because you have children you should sacrifice your goals. I think that if you have children, what should happen is as you continue to challenge your children, you should also challenge yourself. And I think what happens is we start saying, well, let me bury myself in this work, right? Let me bury myself at the job, 9 to 5 or whatever it is that you do. And that way I can give my kids, all of these materialistic things. But then we forget to give our children common sense. We forget to give them um leadership skills. We forget to give them, skills that's going to actually benefit them because we're trying to give them the materialistic things. So again, we're sacrificing our time with our children, right? Thinking that we're giving them what's needed, which is materialistic things, but we're not giving them the value that they need. We're not giving them the substance that they need. So it's like be mindful of what you sacrifice. Be mindful of what you say. I'm doing this in the name of. What you think, Cherish?
I agree because I went through that, right? Like, all right, I have my son, right? And his father just wasn't a hands-on father. It was what it was, right? So I knew my requirements was like even more increased. Like, and at first, like, I was in school to become like a fashion marketer. Like, so my goal was to like get to the red carpet and like style celebrities. But then while I was there, I went to the Art Institute in Philadelphia. So while I was there, I realized I'm like, all right, if I do that, that means I had to neglect my son in a way. Like, and I was like, I had to make a decision that that wasn't going to be the best to do. and I end up switching my careers because then it was like that associate's degree was only going to be, excuse me, was going to be. So if I'm not going to be able to, at this point, it's like if I'm not going to make it to the level that I want and make the money I want, the best option for me at that time was to become a personal shopper, which they was averaging like 50,000 a year, and it's like, all right, no, I can't do that. So then I decided one day from a conversation, I went into nursing and everything. And one of the things I dealt with, like working with fellow nurses, like you're running to a lot of those people that you're talking about that they feel like showing love is like giving material things and stuff like that. So they will bust they behind at work and stuff, you know, doing all these extra hours just to have a designer stuff and give their kids a designer stuff. And you know, they made it like a game, like, you know, hey, you throwing a double? Yeah, I'm doing a double, this and third. And I was talking like, hey, I'm going home to my child. Like, I made enough money that I'm good. This 1 8-hour shift is good, or whatever. So, one of the things one time I remember this lady said, she said, "How old is your son?" I was like, "He 13." She's like, "What, girl? What? He good? He can take care of stuff." I was like, no, he's on the right path, and I want to keep him on that path, right?" And then, like, it was me, like what was important to me was like being there for important moments of my son, like things that like memories, because you can't get that back time. That's the things that we remember or whatever. Like I wanted to be at his I wanted to be there to pick him up at the after school program as much as possible, Monday through Friday. I wanted to be at his graduations, you know, important things and things like that. So to me, no, I don't. It's okay if, for y'all, compared to y'all, I live an average life to make sure that the things that really matters, like I'm there for the important events and manage, like making sure my son stay on the right tracks and not letting him let the streets raise him or whatever. Like if I'm out all the time and he already on the right path, 13, 14, 15, I want to keep him on that path. And they didn't understand that. And then Doug, Doug was uncomfortable for me. It made me question it at times. But then I remember like this woman that I was working with, and she was telling me how her son was doing life in jail or whatever. She worked overnight, and I just after she told me, I just seen like in her eyes like I'm like, yo, like wow, that's crazy to me. Like, and what I got from this woman already, she wasn't from here. Like she's a black woman, but not from America. So, you know, she busting out hours, like, and 9 times out of 10 to take care of her family at home, maybe build properties. I'm not sure because I ain't had that much knowledge to know then. But I'm sure like her just working all the time or whatever, it left room for her son to get caught up with the wrong people because she was telling me like he really didn't do it. It was just who he was associated with. Then there was this other nurse I remember, she was telling me about her son, her daughter that became fast or whatever. Like she was sneaking guys in, this and that. Yeah, you hear all the time. I mean, you leaving opportunity for, I would say, the enemy and just for her to do, because children need guidance. I don't care if you need guidance, even as an adult. Like it's one thing you teaching them how to be like a child, a young adolescent, then a teenager. But okay, the system said 18, you grown. But after that, you gotta teach a child how to be an adult now. Like it don't stop. So I think you have to be willing to make sacrifices. Having children is not a joke. It's not like having a cat or something like that. Like these are human beings, like that's gonna be here when we're not here. You know what I mean? God, that's what we pray for, that they bury us. Like, you know what I mean? So no, they didn't ask to be here. They need us. They need us to pour into them. They need us to prepare them for this world that don't care for them like we do. Like, so yeah. So me understanding what he was saying, yeah, you gotta be willing to make sacrifices for the people you love, and when you were saying as far as like just material things, that's not enough. That's not, yeah, they might look good, this and that and the third, but for me, I feel like doing stuff like that makes the parent feel better about what they do. What they're lacking. It makes them proud to say, "Oh, my child look like this, or my child has this," but your child don't have you. They don't have the conversations. Like now, we're in a time the internet can come intercede and tell your children who they should be and what they should do. No, like, so yeah.
I totally agree. Gary, let me ask. Matter of fact, let me ask both of you guys something. Do you feel that when it comes to sacrifice, what do you feel like a parent should never sacrifice when it comes to themselves?
I'm waiting for you to go first, Gary, because I
Wait for
just
you to
talk.
go first, Gary. Well, for me, a parent should never sacrifice the things that they need going forward. For example, if you need a peace, like a peace of mind, you can't sacrifice that just to allow your kids to do whatever they want to do. You still need time for yourself. You have to refuel yourself just to prepare yourself to continue to be a parent. So you can't just keep giving and giving and giving and then turn around have nothing to give. That's you putting yourself in the worst predicament to do anything. So I think for me, that's the most important thing that you cannot give up is a peace of mind because you have to stay focused. Your grind is still going to have to be what it has to be. But if your mind is idle and running all over the place, you can't stay focused. You're not going to be able to help that kid. So I think it's a peace of mind.
Okay. Okay. What about you, Cherish?
Peace of mind. You already said goals. Your health. You need your health too, because you want to be able to run around with your children. You want to be able to see your great grandkids, your grandkids, and stuff. Yeah, and show up. Your health matters. Yeah, your physical health too.
That's due. I think they should never sacrifice access. I think it's very important that you are available, uh, and that level of availability just makes it that much more comfortable for your children to come to you and have conversations. I think that a lot of times families they get into this I'm too busy, whether it's work, whether it's life, whether it's attitude, and it's like your children don't have the time to talk to you, or you don't have the time to talk to your kids. So you really don't know them. You're around them, you see them, you guys have certain levels of engagement, but you don't know each other. And I think it's important to make sure that there's access, there's time to get to know one another. And don't think your child at 5 is the same thing as your child at 15. And I think that sometimes we're under this impression that we look at our children one way, and that's the only way we look at them versus reassessing them, relearning them. And I think that access to them and access for them to you, I think it's a great way to keep everybody honest and keep everybody balanced. To say, well, this is not the same 5-year-old. You understand? So you have to kind of they're your child, but you also have to understand that your child is growing up and coming into themselves and having an understanding of how they perceive life, how they perceive you. Your child may think you're a piece of shit, and you may not know why they think you're a piece of shit, but they thought you was a piece of shit when they was 5. But now they just think that you're a piece of shit because they haven't been given access to you to find out anything different, for them to have a different mindset. So that's why I said access. I believe access. You should never sacrifice that. Salute Urban in the building. Urban in the building.
Yeah, that's that goes hand in hand with a peace of mind because if you don't have understanding of your children, you don't have they don't have access to you. But if your mind, like if you breaking your neck to pay a bill, you work 12 hours a day, then you turn around and come home and, oh, well, I only got a few minutes for you. Oh, well, I can't talk to you. I need something, they'll the tendency is to lean to somebody else. Now, for the single parent, that might be, and a male, it might be leading to somebody out in the streets. You know what I mean? We have to understand that, like you said, access is a necessity. We just got to understand that we can't continue to turn our wants into needs. If we need it, it's a necessity. If we want it, that's not a necessity. We got to understand the difference of those things in order to continue to have access with our children.
Right. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Okay, well let's make this thing go a little bit deeper in. Let's get a little bit deeper in. If our children of course we know our children to be important or whatever case be. Let me ask you a question. If your child promotes that they're having a problem, and it's a conversation that you don't feel comfortable with having, do you force yourself to have the conversation anyway, or do you find someone for your child to talk to, or do you parent it away? And when I mean that, we don't deal with that. That's not what we do. That's not what we do here in this family. You're better than that. Do you force them to not have the problem anymore? And this is, let me give you guys an example. I got a friend of mine whose daughter said, I'm bisexual. And the friend said to the daughter, that's not, I'm not having this conversation. That's not what I accept. So do you now, do you like parent away? Do you force her to not want to have the conversation? Or what do you feel can be the detriment to her doing that to her daughter?
She's not gonna open up to her no more. Like, now she feel like her mom, the most important person that she trusted all her life, not in her corner. So it may affect her trust issues with other people and open up to other people. She might shut all the way completely down and be attracted to the wrong group of people. Leaving room for people that don't have her best interest. Like, that's dangerous. Yeah, that's yeah. I think she's making a problem where she making her daughter shut down and feel like she can't trust her with anything, and they may not bounce back from that for like a few years as a result, if they ever do. Like, damn, like this, I can't even talk to you about this. Like, so why am I feel comfortable talking to you about anything else?
Okay, Garrett, what you think, though?
For me, I feel like this. If I love this child, it has to be unconditional. So I would have to sacrifice and force myself to have that conversation. It would be awkward, yes, because she's my daughter. I may not understand her from a female perspective, but I would rather her feel comfortable having the conversation, or at least trying to have that conversation with me, so that way she understands that I am doing the best that I can to be there for her. In the conversation, I may suggest that we get a female perspective. I don't know, maybe I don't know how or where, but I want her to feel comfortable and understand that I am here for her. And if I don't make that happen, then if I don't even attempt the conversation, she may shy away from me because I didn't make the effort. So I would have to force myself to have that conversation just for that reason alone.
And can I piggyback off of that?
Yeah, go ahead, do your thing.
Parent, like, just like they learn, they're learning from us. Like, we learn from our children too. Like, and that's a teaching moment. Like, that's something that now you're forced to like have to grow in that area. Like, now, because I love this person unconditionally, now I have to face this. Like, and then from there, you figure out, now I got to figure out, how do I deal with this? Like, and like you mentioned, like connecting her with other people, like, like-minded people, a woman or whatever, because it do take a village. I really believe in that. It takes a village. And, you just exercise those resources, like therapy, whatever. Like, or you could think of people that can relate to her and meet her where she at. We got internet, the research and all that. And we got a whole lot of organizations happening.
I definitely agree with both of your point of views. I think it's very important to understand that what we don't do, somebody else will.
Well,
So if we don't have the conversation, they will have the conversation. And you the only thing that what I'm saying, we can hope that if they have the conversation, it's more to enlighten them and not entice them to do something that you wouldn't want them to do or want them to be a part of. Because some people give you information to entice you to accept a certain type of behavior or do a certain action. So you just hope that you as a parent put people around your children that feel comfortable enough to either want to talk to your children, and then two, for your children to talk to them, but they understand your kind of who you are and what it is that you want for your children. Because some people don't care. Some people say, okay, well, hey, I smoke weed, the people around me smoke weed, so if my kid come to you and say, oh yeah, Let's let me get a hit. You know what I'm saying? And they don't value you as a parent. They're gonna say, "Oh yeah, here you go, X, Y, and Z," because they don't understand where you stand as a parent. They don't understand what the values and the morals you want to instill in your kids. So I think it's very important to make sure that we put people around our children that govern our children the way we want our children to be governed.
Amen.
Yeah, Gary, you dropped back off. I see you. I got you.
He back. I know that's right.
Yeah. So let me kind of take this in another direction or whatever. Because we, as content creators here online, um, why have you chosen the niches that you've chosen? I'll let you think about it because I see your eyes are steaming over you.
Repeat the question.
Why have you chosen as a content creator to speak on the topics that you're currently speaking on? Why are they important to you? Why are they meaningful to you?
For me personally, it's like I think that's something that we all need to work on. Not trying to be funny or ill intent, but we as a community, we lack in certain things. We lack in understanding of certain aspects like love, you know, commitment, understanding, things like that. So I would rather sit there and have a conversation about those topics and what do you think, because your input and my input, we may come to a solution about it and going forward with it. But if we don't have it, we'll still be the same people we are today. And if we're trying to grow, we can't keep doing the same thing that we're doing. So that's why, people encourage me like, hey, you have a lot of good insight. You should start a channel. I hesitated. But at the end of the day, if it can help somebody, then it's worth the effort.
I totally agree. Cherish, what about you?
I want to be a light, like in this dark world. Like, I want to, I pick my niche because it inspires people to take better care of themselves. Um, it push a positive message. It encourage people and enlighten people. That's what I want. Like, and then, like, because when I see the opposite, it disturbs me. When I see, and the root of it is the lack of love, like people having love and even commitment, like he mentioned. Like, even when I hear the news, violence, this, that, and the third, and stuff like that, the way I'm set up, like I still can't help but to look at the underlying reason. Like, it's the reason why a person became a murderer. Like, they ain't wake up like that. Like, something occurred. And I see like systemically how it's set up against a certain group of people, and even to set them up for failure. And they become a product. And it just saddens me when I see the darkness and wickedness and all that in the world. So instead of adding to it, I want to be the opposite or whatever, give people hope. Because like if you pay attention to like media and all that, because that's what
You went out. I don't
Oh,
know why.
okay. I thought it was me.
Yeah, no, 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 no. She went out. She froze. It might be something on her side. But
Okay, good.
we're waiting for her to come back. Um,
Right.
I just Cherish, I don't know if you can hear me, but if you can refresh the screen, I guess I can just come right back. Gary, do me a favor, man. It's an echo, man. You can mute your mic. Um, why did I pick my niche? I mean, for several reasons. I think a lot of times I get an opportunity to speak about it, but I am very. I understand that there are not a lot of people uh, rooting for themselves. There are not a lot of people that do a good job at giving themselves a pat on the back. There's not a lot of people that uh, give themselves credit for getting back up, for struggling and making it through hardship. And I want to, and this is the reason why I said tough love. I wanted to do something that, of course, was going to add value. That was, of course, was going to bring substance. I see you, Chair. Um, I wanted to do something that was going to add value and bring substance to social media. But I wanted to do something that not only my children could be proud of, but I could be proud of. And I think that with the help of people like Gary and Lovely and Texas T, like everybody that comes and support the Tough Love channel, I think we're doing that collectively. We're doing that, not just me. But I pride myself on being a leader, and I pride myself on being able to lead. So my channel is about empowering people uh, over obstacles, and the obstacles is their life. You know what I'm saying? It's not over other people. It's not through other people. It's just over whatever they feel is the underlining issue for their life, and only you know what that underlining issue is. So that's what my channel is about. Hello.
Hello. The connection got lost.
You right you right back in right back in the swing of things. So what your your niche?
Yes.
Uh, you already did you already tell us? You already told us, right?
Yeah. I just want to be
Yeah,
enlightened.
I just want to be a light.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I thought so. I was like, okay, am I missing something? No. What I wanted to do was I want you guys to read the question that's on the screen. Comes from Urban. Question is it possible to love both conditionally and unconditionally? Anybody that want to jump in first can jump in first.
Can jump in
Um,
first.
and go ahead and tackle that.
And go ahead and tackle that. That's
That's a great
funny.
great
That's
question.
funny because I just did a topic on that. I I broke it down like this. If you're supposed to love unconditionally, if there's a condition on your love, I believe it's like. I don't believe you could love with a condition. For
Mm,
example, I
okay.
I could only love you if you make $1 million, or I can only love you if you a size 8. Those are conditions. That's not even a love. That's like a that's not even a strong like. That's just a physical aspect of things because things happen. What happens if you get sick? Right? You get sick. Okay, I'm not staying here because I'm leaving. No, if if you love that person, you're gonna fight for that person. You're gonna fight with that person. You're gonna go through the trenches. You know, I'm pretty sure you understand. You going through the trenches is you guys become family because you got to each other's back.
Yep.
On the battlefield. If you don't have that in your personal home life, that's not love. That's a like. You can get up out of there because there's no love involved with it because you putting a condition on the situation. So I don't believe that you can love with a condition. So my answer is no.
Okay. Okay. Cherish, I see you rocking. You thinking? You still thinking?
Yeah. I agree. Like I stand on what is it? First Corinthians chapter 13 verses 4 through 8. Even if it's hard, like love is unconditional because love conquers all. Like love is patient, it's kind, it's not boastful, it's forgiving, it don't keep records of wrong. At that point, like even if somebody that you love, if they wrong you, you may need time to like you need to forgive them. Like you gotta dig deep within yourself. But I stand on that. Like it may take me an hour, it may take me days, weeks, who knows, but I have to love you like unconditionally. Like period. Because my God loves me unconditionally. Like I fall short all the time. Like I ignore him. This, I just do stuff. So I have to. I stand on that. Like I have to. Even if I have to work through it, I'm gonna work through it. For journal, take it to God. Then yeah, because that's love. Love is conquers all. Period. None of that other stuff matters. So I believe that you're supposed to love unconditionally. Like, and even if it's hard times as a woman, because we gotta address that. That's something that's happening. Like when you mentioned you gotta make $1 million. all right, like sometimes, hard times happen. Like, but if you already believe in this man, you decided to make him the man of your life and husband, whatever, you know that he's a man. Just because he had hard times, that don't change. Your job is to support him and make it happen. Hold your end of the bargain, period. It's not gonna always be like that. If you love somebody, don't you believe in them like that? Especially as a woman. If I love you, this and that, and we growing, or let's just say we already there, I trust that no matter what, we good. Like, we're good. When you fall short, I have to like dig deep to like forgive you once marriage is involved. Because before, I was one of the women that felt like, yo, you cheat on me as a rat, I'm done. Like, or whatever. But me building my relationship with my Jesus Christ and stuff, like, and him preparing me for the next level of relationships, which is marriage and stuff like that. That's something that, he had to like let me know, like, I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but marriage is work. Like, relationship is work. This is love right here. Boom, bam. That's what it is. Like, and you gotta rock on that. You gotta stand on that.
No doubt. No doubt. I mean, you both gave some great feedback. I'm gonna try to take a different spin on this. I know Gary said he said no. And Cherish, are you saying so? It's possible, yes, or it's not possible, no?
Only with Jesus at the center of the relationship. That's what I believe, honestly. If he
So
not,
yes.
that's what I believe.
So yes, possibly with Jesus, yes.
Yeah, yep.
Okay. Um, I'm kind of on the fence. Urban, you definitely promoted a great question. Before I give my answer, salute to the chat. Let's talk trending hot topics. It's been a minute, man. Yeah, we back over here doing our thing, brother. If you have a new page, feel free to drop the link. If you want to come up and tell people about your new page, then feel free to do that as well. I think you're a moderator. If you're not, then I'll make sure I go back and make you a moderator. But again, one of those day ones that's been, supporting the Tough Love channel. And definitely a part of the Tough Love family. So we appreciate you. We appreciate all of the content creators that um, just been vibing out and doing great things here, promoting balance. So back to this question, which is a great question. I'm on the fence, y'all. I love everyone conditionally. And this is what I mean. That means I love you to the point of you not hurting me. So I safeguard myself. You know what I'm saying? Even with my children, and this is what I mean by that. That means I'm not gonna, if it's a life or death situation, I need to save my kids, of course. You know what I'm saying? It's without a doubt. But I'm going to, i.e., if my child like let's say they want me to co-sign for a car, and I realize the responsibility for that. I realize that it's going to, uh, 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 and I just say I know my child. Let's just say I know my child, and I know they're not ready and they're not responsible enough to do that, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So it's like I love you, but the conditions are I know you're not ready. I know you're not prepared for that. So there are conditions to, I believe, my love. There's conditions to my support. So I believe that that's how I am. So do I believe you could be both? I believe you could be both. I believe there is a choice. Some people may not see it as love, but I think that loving people, both conditionally and unconditionally, like, okay, hey, I love my neighbors, but that don't mean, you can come move in my house. I have a general love for you. I have a general uh, 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 appreciation and respect for you. Like if I see your kids for some reason, um, doing something outside, I have a general love for you, and I'll say, hey, X, Y, and Z, but I wouldn't put my hands on them. To me, there's conditions to how you present your love, even with the people that your significant other. There are conditions. Like you love them, but the condition is don't disrespect me. So
Wow.
I don't know. That's just how I see it. That's how I see it. If you want to hit the link, feel free to hit the link. Let me see what Urban had to say.
I
Urban
tell
is
you, I like you
talk
help
to
me
us.
because like even guys like that, guys like that, like you may be praying about something, but he knows you're not ready. Like I love you, but I'm not gonna give you something that I know you're not ready for. Like, dang, that's deep. I like the wow.
I think that was a great question presented by Urban. And Urban says, truly everyone, including God, loves with conditions. There are always certain conditions and or expectations that must be met. Definitely. So I believe that everybody loves, but with certain conditions. Like, you might love your uncle, but your uncle a crackhead and he steal. I love you, but you ain't coming up in here. You know what I'm saying? The condition is you can
Right.
come to the front door, but you ain't coming inside. So I think everybody to a certain extent loves with conditions. Like they don't just love blindly, you know. CKJ, what's up, man? Welcome to the panel.
I, I answer too.
CKJ, you live, brother. What's going on? I can't hear you, brother. I don't know if your mic muted or what. Does anybody have any more questions for the panel? That was a good question, Urban. I like that.
Me
But
too.
I think, I think that, we we think that conditions are and preferences and things like
Am I
that, they're
live?
not, they don't. Oh, go ahead, CKJ, go ahead.
You live, brother. We can hear you.
Okay. Am I live
Welcome.
now?
You live, brother. Welcome.
Hey, man.
Oh, he's showing himself. I know that's right.
Hey, okay.
Salute, sis. Salute. CKJ, I don't know what's going on, brother. Try dropping down and coming back because I don't know if you're talking or not.
Okay.
Okay,
Uh,
brother. Hey, sis, if you got time, feel free to hit the link and pull up.
Like, but going back to what you were saying, those are not really conditions. Those, like, you have an understanding. If some, for example, if someone is not responsible, right, that don't mean you give them the keys to the house, but that don't mean that's not a condition. That's just a understanding. It's not a condition. You understand that they may not be ready for it, so you don't put them in position to do things like that, right? So that's like saying, okay, you got a 16-year-old daughter and you're going to go buy a brand new car just because she got a license. Nobody in their right mind is going to do that, because at the end of the day, they're not ready and you ain't going to be ready to flip that bill. But that's not a condition. That's just an understanding. So I think a lot of the times we may think that a understanding is a condition, and I don't think that's always the case. So, I mean, while I understand what everybody's saying, it's possible, because we all going to make mistakes. We all going to do things that going to make us not like a person. But you can have a disagreement. You can have all of those things. But if you go through it and work
and
it out,
tell,
it's no longer a condition. You know what I mean? Because you worked it out. It's no longer a problem. We have an understanding. We get it. So now we can go forward with certain things. So that's why, I'm a still stick with mine. Hey, cuz.
Definitely. I definitely understand. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, that is how you agree to disagree and you state your point of view. And I love it. I love it. That's the reason that we have chats, conversations just like this. CKJ, you are live, brother. And you just dropped off. I don't know what's going on with you, brother. I don't know what's going on. But I don't know
But
if other people
that is a great question, though. Yeah, that's definitely a great question, because I think
definitely.
people really have to sit down and really take their time and make that type of thought process before you can come out and answer the question.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Any
Take their
more
time,
questions for the
type of thought process before you can come out and
any
answer
more
the
questions from the chat?
But guess what though? I just had to look up
take
both
their time
For
definitions.
the
type of
do
thought
me a
process
favor, Gary, and
before
mute your mic, brother.
you come out and
Any
answer
more
the
questions from the chat?
That's not me. That's her. She's watching it on television. I'm on mute.
Okay, my bad, my bad. Cherish, you have to mute your mic or the audio, because we it's a double stream. CKJ, you back, brother?
Okay, can you hear me? Okay.
We can hear you. Okay, what's up, man? How you doing, man?
Hey, brother, how you doing, man? Happy Veterans Day, man. I,
Thank
I
you,
didn't
man.
get a chance to say that to you, man. You cool? What's happening?
I'm cool, brother. I appreciate that, man. I had a great Veterans Day, man. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. Appreciate you, man. What you gave to the country, man, and everything like that. Uh, I don't know the young lady, but she looked a lot like Lonnie. Is she related to Lonnie?
I don't know. She
Oh,
she can hear you. She can hear you.
we are like through marriage, and it's funny. Like, yeah,
Oh,
Oh, y'all cousins for real?
yeah, like she was married to like my yes, we're cousins, yes.
Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. Okay.
But
Um.
I zoomed off like because I'm a really dive into this question. Like he compared condition to understanding, right? I looked up understanding. It's like comprehension, right? And a condition is like they said it's what was it? Basically your acceptance of the appearance or quality or something. So I think they
Mhm.
two different things, but I really want to like you know dive into it. That was a good question. I'm stuck. Like I'm stuck. Like I need a little more understanding or whatever, which is comprehension compared to like it's a difference between like the two words condition and understanding. Understanding is comprehension. Condition is they're two different things. So I'm not sure. I think I may still be changing my answer to condition. Now, once you decide to be with someone, ultimately, I guess the love conquers all is more like I guess like I'm feeling like maybe like like maybe it is more towards like relationship. I don't know, marriage or something. I'm not sure. I want to really. That was a good question, but I still think I'm going with condition though, because there's a difference between condition and understanding. Understanding is
Hey,
comprehension.
I hear you. I hear you. Let's I tell you what, man. Let's turn this thing up a little bit. What's a question you guys think that we can propose right now for the panel that you think will be a good conversation? Everybody's brain is.
Yeah.
No, no. I thought she was gonna say something, so I was just gonna sit back. I think, you know, I think we need to have a conversation with wants and needs. You know what I mean? Like I think we need to understand and know which one we should preference in our everyday decisions in everyday life. Because, we have a tendency to flip those two, and that's not what we're supposed to do. Because, for me, a want should never supersede a need, but a lot of us do that anyway. So I think, I would like people to chime in on if they understand the difference between a want and a need.
Hmm.
That's what I would do.
Okay. Okay. Cherish, did you want to piggyback off that? Me personally, I feel like however you swing the definition or however you use the word, I think everybody has an understanding of what they believe, to be true to them. And I do believe that you can love, um, but when you talk about unconditionally, I think everybody's love has conditions. I'm gonna love my child despite what they do. Well, if my child goes out and unalive somebody, and they just out there being reckless, and they decide, okay, well, I'm gonna take somebody else's life or whatever case may be. Will I stop loving my child? Well, that's a hell of a conversation. You know,
Mm.
that's a real hell of a conversation. You know, I don't know. I don't know if I would stop loving my child. Would there now be conditions on my love? I don't know. What about you guys? Would there would you would your child doing something like that, taking someone's life senselessly, um, would that change your love for your child?
I will love my child or children, but I don't know if I would like them
Hmm.
since day one. And I'm a mother. You grew in me and all that. I might love you because I just can't help, like just because what you did, but I may not like you.
Wow, that's crazy. This it's crazy because I think if I don't think you can love without liking.
Exactly.
That's just me. You can't.
Exactly.
If, for example, if you like, you grow into love, right? I think that's like a pecking order in life. You know, you attract, you like, you love. So if you don't like a person, I don't know how you can still be how you can still love them if you don't like them. You'll probably
You
get
can.
rid of them because you don't even like them.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
just me.
Yeah. Can I answer that if you don't mind?
Yeah, go ahead, Gary.
No, this is
Go ahead, CKJ.
hey, I want to. Wow, this is crazy. StreamYard is tripping.
Is it me?
Okay, let me just say this: is that like and love are very two different things. If you look at the essential components of what like is and what love is. Can you hear me? Okay.
You
There's an
Yeah.
good?
echo, but we can hear you. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Like is more of an essential element of there's something in that person that you see similarly close to you to which you can say, hey, look, this person stands for something or similarly something that I stand for. Love is about compassion, it's about understanding. It's about understanding the person that you may have difficult with and being able to understand where they come from and where you come from and meeting a happy medium to say, hey, look, we can sit here, we can talk about this and come to a medium about I respect where you come from, you respect where I come from. And while we might differ when it comes to the issue of what love means, we may have essentialities in terms of saying, look, we both know that love is essential to what we're trying to do. Those are two different things. And so uh, I get what you're saying. I hope you guys can hear me because I'm
We
not sure if you can. Um, but one thing I understand. Let me put it this way with me and tough love. Tough love is a military guy, a career military man, just like my son who spent 20 years in the Marines. I get him. That's why I said I understand. He understands code. I understand code, but I understand code from a different element, and that's more from street. But the thing is, the essentiality in terms of us understanding what's right is doing right by people no matter what we feel it's right to do by those people. And that's why I always said me and tough love would never have a problem because I understand where you're coming from, why we might essentially have different birth points in terms of where it comes from. I understand where he's coming from in his service. So I'm always gonna honor that, especially when it comes, to my son and what he does. And so love is this. Do you have the capacity to go beyond what you feel is right
mm,
in order to tell that person I express the utmost level of discernment for you to say, hey, look, I may not know you personally, but I have love for you because I want to see you do well. That's totally different.
Okay. Okay. We appreciate you sharing that, man. Hey man, let me say salute to my sister. She up on the thing. Sis, what's up?
Oh, salute everybody. I don't know what's going on with StreamYard tonight. I was trying to get up here like 3 different times and
I know
I
that's
couldn't
right.
hear y'all at all.
I know StreamYard.
But salute to the panels, the chat. Nice to meet everybody they haven't met already. I was driving at first and I was in a bad area, so I thought it was me. But I think this is a really, really good topic. What question are you on now?
I just proposed a question. If your child, you guys do me a favor, mute your mic. I was just proposing a question that if your child goes, it's an echo.
It's an echo.
Yeah, yeah. If you're not talking, do me a favor, mute your mic. So the question was proposed: if your child does go out and take someone's life, will you still love
Mm,
your child? That's the question. If
I
your
didn't
child,
hear that part.
if your child goes out,
Well,
will you love your child?
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, that's. I was answering that question for Jenny because she asked the question. But that's the question. If you're, because we were talking about Urban, he had basically proposed another question that is it possible to love conditionally and unconditionally at the same time? And we kind of gave our perspective on that. So what I wanted to do is do a deeper dive and say, well, if your child goes out and takes someone's life, will you still love your child?
Yeah.
I would still love my child, but I would be very disappointed. And me, I'm on the side of right. My opinion a lot of times is unpopular. Um, but that's the side that I would be on, because you got to think about it like this: the same way I love my children, other people love their children as well. So if
Exactly.
my child goes out here and takes somebody else's child's life, me, number one, as a mother first, I'm going to be thinking about how would I feel if I was in that other mother's position and someone had taken my child's
That's
life.
what's
You
up.
understand what I'm saying? So that's not going to stop me from loving my child. I'm going to love my child always. And then I want to just backtrack for 1 second and I'll get back to this. I heard the question I think you composed about, I think if the child thought that they were bisexual or something like that. I think when I was driving, I think that's what you were saying. Um, and when it comes to something like that, we have to understand we grew up a certain way, right? We grew up a certain way. In the Bible, it says X, Y, and Z.
Mm,
However, where I am on that particular stance is this: I would rather have my child alive and happy and well versus whatever I believe. You understand what I'm saying?
yes, ma'am.
Now, do I have a stipulations on how I feel like that when it comes to certain children and their ages? Oh, absolutely. I don't believe that you should be forcing that down their throats at 9, 10, 11, 12. No, I absolutely don't agree with that.
Mm,
Now, if they're of age where they can make sound decisions, sound mind decisions on their own, I'm going to respect my child and their space and their choice, because guess what? Whether you like it or agree with it or not, it is still ultimately their choice. The problem with a lot of
exactly.
parents is they try to live vicariously through their children. Your children have to make their own choices and mistakes just as you did. But just because you don't agree with them, that does not mean that it's all bad all the time.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
if one of my children happened to come to me one day and say, "Hey, mom, I think I'm gay, lesbian, bisexual," guess what I'm still going to do as their mother? I'm still going to love my children unconditionally, and they can talk to me about anything and everything. You know why? Because they're my children. When I decided to have them, that became my role and my responsibility. I'm not going to leave it up to Tom Blow and society to raise my children, for my children to have to run to them first for advice, because you got to understand, everybody's not going to love your children as you love your children. And I think I heard y'all mention something about the sound advice. They're not going to give your children 9 times out of 10 the sound advice coming from a loving place. It may be from a malicious place. So we just got to be careful about the things we do and how we say it, especially when it comes to our kids.
Good point, sis. Good point. Definitely good point. Definitely good. Anybody else? Anybody else want to chime in on this?
I just, I might sound like a broken record. I just think that uh, if we can love our child in spite of, for example, let's say, let's stick with the question.
Mm,
Your kid takes somebody out. Of course, we're going to be disappointed because we didn't teach them that way. We didn't bring them up that way. But that doesn't mean I'm going to love mine any differently. Am I
right,
disappointed? Yes. But I'm
right,
not going to
right.
love my child any. It's not going to waver because they did something wrong. That's like that's okay. So when we was getting whoopings, did our parents not love us?
I don't know. Some of them ass whoopings hurt me.
I mean, they might have
But
loved
wasn't
us, but it hurt. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying? Sometimes love hurt
hey,
though.
the, the,
hey, hey.
I don't want to do it over. I don't want no repeat though. I don't want no
Yeah,
repeat.
yeah,
but
yeah.
even with that being
That's a whole
said,
different question right there.
yeah, no. But even with that being said, what's the first thing they tell you? This either gonna tell you this is hurting me more, it's gonna hurt you because they understand that. Listen, I don't want to do this. This is a disciplinary thing. You have to
And cuz
understand
you
there's
know that was the
consequences to
biggest
your
lie
decision.
we was told growing up. This gonna hurt me more than it hurt you.
Oh yeah, that's true too. But what I'm saying is they try to make okay. Let's just go with that. What they're saying is that I'm disciplining you because I'm disappointed in you. So, but that doesn't mean I don't love you. Is what I'm saying. So, with that being said, I don't think that's a condition. You understand? I'm not. I really don't think there's a condition in there. Of course, you're gonna be disappointed. So that means the condition is okay. Since you bodied that person, I'm no longer associating with you. I'm disowning you. That's not love because you don't like. At the end of the day, if you don't, for me, if you don't love your child, you don't love yourself because that's an
Yep.
image of you.
Yep.
Now you can be tainted some way, shape, or form. Like I said, for most of the men in this conversation, we had to do what we had to do out there. Our parents ain't want us to do what we had to do out there, but we chose to do that. That don't mean they didn't love us. They tried to stop us, but we did what we wanted to do anyway. But they loved us in spite of that. That's why for me, it's not a conditionary thing because they're gonna love you in spite of what you're doing. When you locked up, you get locked up with that charge of murder. It'll probably be them being the only ones coming to see you
Yep.
because they love you that much. They don't want you to feel alone in spite of what you did.
Amen.
You see what I'm saying? So, with me, like I said, it is a great question. But like I said, for a parent, I don't think their love wavers on their child. That's just me.
I got a question for you. Is that okay?
Yeah, go ahead, talk, man. Go ahead.
Look. While we might make transgressions that may be heinous, meaning if we commit murder, if we commit some level of physicality to hurt someone, or mentally, emotionally to hurt someone, the parent, while they have a duty to support you, at the same time they have a duty to hold you accountable. Okay.
Absolutely.
And so I understand what you're saying, and I'm not trying to, controvert that in any kind of way. But at the same time, and I'm telling you this from experience, when you reach a situation that apex, uh, how should I say this without hurting myself? When you reach a situation that's challengeable in terms of what you did, being honest about what you did, and being honorable to the fact that you can't take it back, that's a tough draw. And I don't think that's on the parents to help you with that. I think that's on you and your spirit to handle that. That's just me. Okay. because you can ask for forgiveness as much as you want, but the forgiveness that you seek is not about what you ask for. It's about how you live your life afterwards to show, hey, look, I deserve that forgiveness because I'm trying to be different. And if people are trying to, and if people are trying, okay, that's the echo. If if people are trying to be different in a way that brings love, respect, honorability, and hone it up to what they did, I think forgiveness is possible, but you have to be willing to say, hey, look, I did what I did. It is what it is. I can't take it back, but I'm willing to put in whatever work I have to do within my community, within society, to say, hey, look, I move forward. I'm trying to be different. What can I do to give back? Those are two different things. And I think sometimes,
I don't know. You just went out, brother. You just went out. You just went out. But check this out. Let's keep this thing. First of all, I appreciate everybody's feedback. I got about another 15 minutes left, so let's jump into the next question real quick. Um, how do you know when it's time to leave a bad relationship? And
Ooh,
Cherish, no, she looks like she's in the hot seat. Let me put her in the hot.
and guess what? When it start hurting you to love them, when it start hurting you to be with them, when
Okay.
it's your integrity and sleep, you having sleepless nights and all that type of stuff. Like when it hurts you being with them, it's time to go.
Okay. All right. Anybody else?
I totally agree with everything that she said. It's an echo. I'm sorry. Can y'all hear me?
Yep.
Okay, awesome. I totally agree with what you said. When you get to the point that it's hurting you, when you get to the point that you feel like you're losing yourself, a lot of times when you get into a relationship, every relationship, number one, is going to go through ups and downs. That's just the inevitable. That's life. However, when you get to the point that you felt that you've lost yourself, a part of yourself in the relationship, and the point that it has gotten toxic, that's when the time that that it's time to leave. However, is not easier said than done. It always starts with self-reflection, self-love, and working on self to realize that, hey, it's time to move on. Because I went through that, and I'm pretty sure a lot of us have gone through that. It took me the time to work on self to find me again and who I was and what I would and would not allow. And even though it was a
hmm,
painful process, it was a process that I needed to go through and face head on, in order for me to move on and be better and not bitter.
Amen.
exactly. Amen to that. I hear you on that. That's what's
Okay.
up.
I hear you, sis. I hear you, sis. Anybody else want to tackle that? I like the feedback thus far.
I think
CKJ,
that
Jerry?
I think that you'll know when it's time. You'll know when it's time to move on when you understand it's okay to lose,
There you
right?
go.
And
That's what's
what I
up.
mean by
That's what's
that is
up.
that
Absolutely.
a lot of us stay in those situations because we put too much time into it.
Ooh,
Mm,
Instead of just saying, you know what, it's a no-win situation, we have to pull out of it. Love is an investment, or well, relationships can be like an investment. Love could be an investment too, but in this particular case, relationship is like an investment. We can
yeah.
stick it out all the way through. We can stick. But if there's no return coming back, we're gonna have to pull out. But a lot of people said, no, I put 10 years into this relationship, not even understanding there's no growth in it. Y'all still in a relationship, but there's no engagement ring. This
Right.
and if you 10 years engaged, why are we still engaged after 10 years? It has to be a marriage talk somewhere down the line. But because
Right.
we put too much time into it, we feel like we It's like the little engine that could. I think I can. I think I can. I think I could wait a
Right.
little longer. But
Right.
instead of pulling out, we stay in it. So I think, that's the only way we can get out of those bad relationships is when, we understand that we're not going to get that time back. So we gotta withdraw from it.
Good
Hey,
point.
I
Very
got a
good point.
question.
Good point.
CKJ, what do you feel about this topic, brother? This question that's on the screen.
Hey, man. I hope you can hear me because this StreamYard is crazy. Uh,
Yeah, we
the
can hear you.
bottom, the bottom line is this: is that what that gentleman just said was absolutely true. What the young lady was saying is absolutely true. But here's something I want you guys to consider: is that when you come to and this comes from me being training with going through University of Chicago and gang resolution or whatever. I'm about resolving. I'm not about continuing a problem. Okay. And that's the difference in me today. Back in my day, it was about, let's get down to get down and go where we go. But today I'm different because I'm about resolution. And resolution requires a couple of things. One, you have to be willing to say, hey, look, I may be wrong in my thought process. Let me be open to somebody else's thought process. Two,
Fact.
is it possible that the person that I'm talking to in resolution may have a better resolution than I have? You have to be willing to be open to that. Okay. The other thing is when you think about the individuals involved in that resolution, are they involved in a point where they're seeking resolution or they're seeking to be heard? Those are two different things. Okay. So when I see young people, and I say young people, I know that might fly off the handle a little bit, but I'm 58. I just turned 58 on Halloween. And I know there's some young people here that are younger. My son is 41. He's, a 20-year veteran in the Marines, and he's a detective now with the Chicago Police Department. And I tell him, I said, hey man, when you go out there in them streets, forget about your badge, forget about your purpose within CPD. Think about serving and being uh, available to people who think that you're not there to be available to them. Uh, and wow, that's crazy. Yeah, they don't see you being as a person to serve them as much as you're to serve the city or the municipality. Be of service. Listen to them. What is their problem? What is their issue? Because there may be a way for you to resolve that issue in terms of homelessness or getting out of gangs or whatever it may be. The bottom line is you have to be willing to listen. If you're not willing to listen, how are you going to help? Because people who really want help, they want to know that you're willing to hear them.
Oh, that was dope. I don't know what happened there.
That was dope.
Um, everybody kind of tackling this question, so I'm gonna tackle it. Do me a favor, y'all. Mute your mics again. I don't know where the echo is coming from, but so real quick before I get out of here, because we getting on about to hit the the 2 hour mark or whatever. So let me tackle this real quick. Urban says, Mario, I've been reading reports that both Restream and StreamYard are having audio issues. Users reporting that echo just got you. I appreciate that. I got you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Um, that gives people information on what's really going on. I see CKJ back. Let me see if he brother, I see you back. If you could read the screen real quick, it kind of breaks down. I guess StreamYard and Restream are having problems, so uh, it's not It's not you. It's not just you.
Okay, no problem.
But if you wanna finish out your your thought process, go ahead and feel free to go ahead and knock it out, brother.
First of all, I appreciate the young lady up front. You know, I dig what she's talking. You know, she talks about health and being able to use our personal health to get ourselves together and to be the best that we can. And she looks, I'm looking at it. She looked just like uh Empress. They look like twins. Are they sisters? They got to be related because they look just alike. Okay,
Cause
they got that pug nose and everything. I see.
but but no, but no, okay.
Oh, okay. All right. But anyway, listen, I appreciate what you bring into the game in terms of health and fitness. I think that's a beautiful thing, sister. Keep doing what you're doing. Real talk. I'm a pescatarian. I run in the water 45 minutes every day, me and my girl, and we do Pilates and all that old good stuff. Uh, and we try to eat good too. But getting back to the point, to what my brother is on, is that I think this is a heck of a subject because when we talk about being better, if you haven't noticed, violence some ways finds its way into that. Okay, meaning, can she hear me?
I don't know what's going on with him. Uh, okay. So let me go ahead and dive into this thing real quick. Um, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna wrap the show up real quick. We're getting ready to hit the 2 hour mark. Do me a favor, y'all. Hit the mute button if you're on the panel. That should take the echo away. Okay, cool. All right. So with this question, how do you know when it's time to leave a bad relationship? So here's my thoughts on that. Um, CKJ is back.
Yeah, I appreciate what you're doing, man. I'm gonna step back because I don't know if it's on me on my end or whatever. But I appreciate what you're doing, brother. I
I appreciate
appreciate the
the
young
feedback,
lady
man.
here and
Thank
what
you,
she's
brother.
trying to do and share about that because it's very important, man, that we understand that violence and the way we deal with things mentally and emotionally and physically are all connected, and we can't resolve any issues if we're not willing to talk about those issues straight up and straight down. So I'm gonna step back because I don't know what's gonna happen in the next minute with the stream, y'all. But I appreciate you, brother. You know I'm with you, man, and I'm with that sister right there. I appreciate you. Thank you for what you're doing. Thank you very much.
Man, I appreciate you. Have a good
All
night.
right, you too, bro.
I really hear that. Thank you.
So real quick. Hopefully, I can get through this without Streamyard messing up. But how do I know when it's time to leave a bad relationship, ladies and gentlemen? When you have the mentality, fuck it, that you are no longer, um, you're no longer afraid. There's no doubt that where you are is not the place for you. That anywhere is better than where you are. When you're at a point where you're saying enough is enough, that you're choosing you, you're choosing betterment, you're choosing peace, as Gary would say, you're choosing a different lifestyle. You're choosing to say, I can do this. What they say you can do bad all by your damn self. When you say enough's enough, fuck it, this is it, right? Where you've reached your wits end. So I would encourage anyone that is in a bad relationship to ask yourself, am I getting value from this relationship? Is this relationship more a liability or an asset for me? What am I getting from this relationship? If you start lining up the pros and cons and all you say, well, I'm getting a lot of stress, anxiety, some type of abuse, whether it's physical or mental, all of those things you take in consideration, but you also have to do the things. I understand that a lot of people are afraid, but when you get to a point where you being happy is way better than you being afraid, When you get to a point where you're saying, I am done with taking this, I deserve better. Because a lot of people don't believe that they deserve better, which is the reason why I propose this question to this esteemed guest list of panelists, and for the people that's in the chat that's providing this great feedback. Thank you very much. We are encouraging people not only to do better for themselves and to put better things, like my sister was saying, what you put into yourself, like the things you put around you, your support system. We are an extension, what I'm saying, of your virtual support system. And that's what we're doing right now, trying to encourage us as individuals and collectively to do better. So hopefully you guys got something from this. I'm about to wrap this thing up, but before I do, I'm going to give everybody, a couple seconds just to say, do their closing statements or whatever. And of course, I'll do mine after that. So I'll let Cherish, I'll let her do hers first.
I appreciate this community. Y'all answer prayers. I'm learning from you guys. And again, I
We
appreciate
keep
y'all.
talking, man. We get done.
Like-minded, encouraging, wisdom. I love it. Y'all hear me?
We can hear you. We appreciate it. We appreciate it. Definitely. Definitely. If you have any words of wisdom before you leave, what would be the words of wisdom that you will give people moving into the Monday morning?
Monday morning, don't forget to check up on yourself. Before you go take care of everybody else Monday, make sure you good. Whatever it is you need to do to make sure you prepare for tomorrow that makes you happy and prepare for tomorrow, do that.
That's what's up. That's what's up. We appreciate you. You have a good night.
Thank you. You too.
All right.
Everybody.
All right. Bye bye. Gary, you up, brother?
Well, my last words is it's okay. You can love the whole world, right? You can do all of those things, but you have to understand that it's okay to be selfish with yourself. Continue to continue to monitor yourself, and you can't continue to pour into people until you begin to refuel yourself. It's okay to be selfish. Take a time out. Take care of yourself. And as you start this new week, just understand that we're hoping for this week to be better than the last. We're hoping for tomorrow to be better than today.
Mhm.
So with that, I'm out of here.
I appreciate you, Cuzzo. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate that feedback, man. Have a great night. CKJ. All right. I'm gonna bring you back up, man. If you have any closing words, man, go ahead and you can give them if you want to.
Okay, can you hear me okay?
I can hear you, brother. Do your thing.
Man, first of all, man, love to you, man. Me and you, man, we brothers, man, in a way that you don't understand. Because I appreciate what you're doing, man. I really do. I appreciate the young lady that was up too, and what she's trying to bring to it in terms of the issue, but also in fitness, because I see what she's doing too. But here's the thing, man. God didn't give us the opportunity to just live. God gave us the opportunity to live and give back to the idea that uh, you know we all make mistakes. We all come up short, but that does not mean you can't forgive. It took me a long time to figure that out. I'm being honest with you. I've been in situations where forgiveness was not a mandatory act, it was an acquired act. And thank you for my lady for showing me a different way and giving me a different life and my kids that come with that. But I just wanted to say this to you is that when you move with a purpose and move with a purpose that resembles who you truly are. That puts pressure on you. Why? Because if you mean right, you got to act right. That means whatever you talk, you got to walk it. That's the deal. Make sure that whatever you say you're going to do, make sure the representation, the way you act follows that. If you do that, you'll find yourself having a message that's more received.
I don't know what happened to him, but brother, hey, I appreciate those words. Thank you very much for coming up. The majority of the people that hit the panel tonight, they are content creators. You guys make sure that you go support those content creators. Anybody that's subscribed to me, please go subscribe to those channels and support those channels. Hit that like button. Make sure that you know that you're catching them on a replay. You know, support them. I think that's what we need to do is we need to build up a co-op of content creators that are interested in adding value and substance. It doesn't matter what sector you belong to. It doesn't matter anything. It matters if you are human enough, adult enough, responsible enough to say, I want to bring value. You've heard 2 to 3 different content creators saying that, hey, I'm here to promote the balance and to bring value. And that to me is something that's, is going to add. So let me give you my little tidbit and I'm gonna get up out of here, whatever it can be. Again, salute to all the panelists that came up, provided their feedback. Thank you guys for all of the people that were in the comments, just providing great feedback and information. I really appreciate you guys taking the time out to listen to me. My advice to you guys is to remember that you're not perfect. You're not perfect. And because you're not perfect, that is even more reason for you to continuously look at yourself and say, what am I doing that I can improve on? Whether it's me speaking to people more, being more courteous to people, me smiling more, me working out more, me reading maybe once a day for about 30 minutes to an hour. Self-improvement. Self-improvement. That's what I'm saying to you guys. You're not perfect. So continue the self-improvement role, continue that march toward betterment. Listen to different content creators. I think right now you have a female perspective, you have a male perspective, you have a lot of different perspectives that were outlined and showcased here tonight. I truly believe that if you guys say, let me go over here and check out Cherish, let me check out Gary, let me check out Miss Coco BX, let me check out these other content creators and see what they have to, have to offer me. Because that's really at the end of the day, what are these content creators offering you? Is it self-improvement? Is it how to love not only yourself but those around you? Is it how to build a support system? Is it how to forgive? You know what I'm saying? But not forget. What is the lesson to be learned? Ladies and gentlemen, we have some growing to do. Thanksgiving is coming up. I'm hoping that everyone has a place to go. I'm hoping that everyone has food to eat. I'm hoping that they have loved ones or someone that, cherish them enough to not forget them on this holiday. There are a lot of people that's going to be by themselves. And I'm hoping that you guys do a good job at, especially the people in your circle, letting them know that you love them before it's too late. Send them a text message, send them an email, make a call, pay a visit. Just take the time out to assess your circle. Again, I thank you all. I appreciate you all. This live was really just an open topic so that way I can make myself accessible to anyone that needed someone to talk to or listen to them or pose a question. I really like this kind of setting. I think it's dope. And I'm hoping that more people hit the panel and get your question. If there was something that you wasn't too sure you wanted to ask tonight, feel free the next time we do a mic check, open panel, feel free to drop your question in the chat. Thank you guys for supporting me. I really appreciate it. Good night.
You're all a bunch of fucking assholes. You know why? You don't have the guts to be what you want to be. You need people like me. You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy. Soft? What'll that make you? Good?